Shut it down, shut it down.
Yeah.
It's off now. All right. Yeah, let's clap it up one time. Let's clap it up. Give yourselves a hand. Give yourselves a hand.
Right.
All right. Shalom, Israel. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, ISUPK, started out on 1 West 125th Street, all of New York. We are under commanding General Yohanan. Since 1969, we bring out the truth of the Bible. And what's that truth? The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the true biblical Jews of the Bible, the Israelites. You understand? The so-called oppressive Joe Biden, Donald Trump, the slave master, the conquistador, the pilgrim. You understand? Is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. You understand? And right now in 2023, we live in great times where you see all kinds of calamity happening, economic collapses, and don't forget about the wars. Good night. Gaza is getting bombed to smithereens. Babies, children, women and men, elderly are being unalived by their arch nemesis, the small hats, the so-called Jewish man, you understand, that claims that he has a stake in our homeland that the Lord promised us, Israel, man. And he's bombing those poor people, man. It's a terrible thing, man. That's a greedy, evil person, man. You understand? Unaliving all those babies, man. You understand? Because you want them out of the land. And that's what we're going through right now, black man, Hispanic man, Native man. That's what's popping right now. You understand? But now on our side of the shore in America, we got our own Gaza. You understand? Look outside. We on Eastern Avenue in Baltimore, Maryland. You understand? All kinds of poverty and decay right outside these doors, man. You understand? So we shouldn't really concern ourselves with the ill will of a nation that does not desire us. We should care about ourselves, man. You understand? And not just to be selfish, but the Lord requires it of us. That's why he calls us a holy people. Holy meaning separate. We're not supposed to be intertwined and intermingled with all these other nations, man. That's how we pick up bad habits.
Right.
Like not knowing how to watch our mouths. You understand? Saying whatever we want and feel out of our mouths. And not knowing that life and death is in the tongue, man. Hey, hold your peace, please. It's like you gotta watch your mouth, man. You understand? And that's the topic for tonight, all right? So, I want to give a big shout out. I'll give a big shout out to my mom.
That's right. That's right.
That's
right. That's right.
A big shout out, man. It's an honor and a privilege for you to be in here with me, mother. Thank you. All right. So I'm preaching officer picking the dog one, man. We're gonna get this class rocking and rolling. It's a Tuesday night brotherhood class.
Right.
So, we speak life or death with our tongue, man. You understand? The word tongue is in the Bible almost 170 times. It's in 126 scriptures, if I'm not mistaken. You understand? But it's a reason tongue is in the Bible. Because the Lord knows that this device, this small piece of flesh, has the power to destroy a planet, destroy anything, families, unaliving children with lies and backbiting. If we learn how to govern our tongue and mind our manners and be more kind to each other, more loving and have some more compassion,
right,
we wouldn't be in the hellish condition that we're in today, man. You understand? You think this is a normal way of life, the way blacks and Hispanics live here on the shores of America? It's not, man. You understand? We have every nation that comes across those waters, you understand, into our communities and take advantage of us. You understand? And what do we do in turn? We hate each other.
Right.
Instead of looking at and pointing the finger at where the problem actually lies, the root of the cause, we turn on each other. And the Lord said not to do that, all right? All right. So tonight we'll be discussing how we speak life and death. You understand? How our words can empower and destroy one another. Right. We will be using the Bible scriptures, current events, and real life scenarios to further expand on our topic. All right. In today's society, we conditioned to express ourselves. You say whatever you want out your mouth, sir. You gotta express yourself.
Yeah.
If I feel it, I'm gonna say it. Where's that? Who told you that? Who told you to do that? That's not wise. You understand? You're supposed to everybody say they love the Lord, they love Jesus. But you just think you can say whatever you want out your mouth. You understand? Jesus, what we call Jesus in the world, was against that, man.
Right.
He wasn't with anybody just feeling and expressing how they feel and just offending one another, man. You can't do that. That's unwise. You understand? And regardless of the outcome of our actions, we are taught to disregard the possible consequences. You know how many people lose their life for running their mouth? How many people go to jail for somebody running their mouth? How many babies get aborted? You understand? Brothers losing their lives on child support, life ruined, 18 years child support for running your mouth. Somebody losing their life, getting their door kicked in for running their mouth, man. I guarantee a brother or a sister will die this week because somebody ran their mouth or said something they shouldn't have said, offended another brother or a sister, man, without care, because they was feeling some type of way. They had to express themselves. There's consequences behind your words, Black man, Hispanic man, Native man. We need to take heed to that, especially in this day and age, because we're going to need each other more than we know in the near future. You understand? Economic collapse is around the corner. You think you're going to be able to borrow a bottle of water from somebody who's sleeping with his wife? That might be the prime opportunity for them to blow your brains out, man. You understand? You think you'll be able to borrow a quarter of a chicken from your neighbor if you've been talking dirty about her from behind her back?
Right.
You can't do that, man. We have to understand the importance of each other more than ever now. Because every nation, like the Bible says, is turning to their own. If you can't see that, then good night. I don't know what to tell you, sir. I don't know what to tell the people.
Right.
If you can't see these other nations going to their own more and more because of the trial that America is going through right now by the hand of the Most High Power, you understand? If you can't see that, man, you're in trouble.
Right.
You're in trouble. And we the only people that still want to clown and play around like judgment ain't around the corner. You understand? Look at the food prices. Let's take the hocus pocus off of it, sir, if we could. I'm gonna get back on the topic. Let's take the hocus pocus off of it. The Lord coming back is not gonna be glam and glitz in the Hollywood movie. You understand? It's gonna be dark and scary. He's not coming back with hugs and kisses, man. It's in the Bible. The Christian pastors didn't teach you this. You know why? Because he wants you to fill his pockets. And how did he get you to fill his pockets? By using soft, smooth words, man. Rocking you to sleep every Sunday while he passed a collection plate around and driving a Cadillac with purple now-later shoes on. That's what goes on, man. But the priests and prophets in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we want to tell you the truth. You know why? Because we love you.
Right.
As ugly and as rude and as rough as it sounds, man, we love you, man. You know what I'm saying? We sacrifice our time and our lives to deliver this message to our people, right? Because the Lord selected priests and prophets and laid a burden on our minds and on our souls to relay the message to our family and our friends and our loved ones, his 12 tribes, man. So we got to do it. Our soul is convicted when we don't, all right? So do you think that all these other nations coming together, going back to their countries, taking all the money out of the ghetto with all their fried chicken and laundry mats and Dunkin' Donuts, they are squeezing the money out of our economy and sending it right back to their country, man.
Right.
Without any care about what happens to your children or what happens to your properties, what happens to your money for your medications. They don't care, man. You understand? So we need to tighten up on our brotherhood and learn to love each other the right way, the way the Bible tells us. All right? All right. As Israelites, as God shows the people, we aren't allowed to say whatever we want, like I said earlier, or feel. By doing so, being emotional, we risk offending a brother or a sister. You know how hard it is to try to convince somebody that's just sorry when you did them dirty, you stole from them, or you lied on them, you know, you downplayed their name. You know how hard it is to win that brother or that sister back. That's hard work, man.
Right.
I'm proving the scriptures in a second. That's hard work, man. Matter of fact, hey sir, let's get that. Let's get Proverbs 18 and 19 both show. You understand? Because it's hard, man. You gotta choose your words carefully. You know how look, we all brothers and sisters in this. You know how sensitive we are, man. We sensitive. A brother could be giving you a compliment and you might say it wrong and you might feel some type of way. So you gotta be careful with your choice of words. Think before you speak. And always have in the back of your mind, no, in the forefront of your mind, that you don't want to say anything that will offend somebody. You understand? Because it has consequences. Whenever you're ready, sir.
Proverbs chapter 18, verse 19. A brother offended is harder to be won than a strong city.
Hey man, look, let's break that down. A brother offended is harder to win than conquering a city. I'm paraphrasing. So you gotta think. Israel is a warlike people. We're a warlike people, right? Even though we have beaten and grounded the powder right now in this day and age. But in the forefront of your heart and your soul, we're warriors, man. We're warlike people. We're tribal-like people, right? So the way that Proverbs is, this verse is being broken down, he's explaining how offending somebody is harder. I mean, offending somebody and trying to apologize to them and get them back in your favor. You get back in their favor. It's harder than going to war and taking over a city. That's how difficult it is to gain your brother's trust and love and compassion back after you offended them, man. That's why the Lord said, "Don't do it." All right, and let's drop that. So let's get go down to 21. Get right to the top.
Come.
18.
Proverbs chapter 18, verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
Death and life are in the power of the tongue.
Death and life are in the power of the tongue. So you gotta think. If death is in the tongue and life is in the tongue, I mean that means you got a choice on what you want to allow to come out of your mouth. You got a choice. You understand? You could be nice and polite and smile. You understand? Or you could be evil and raspy, man, and lie on a brother or sister. That can cause trauma, pain. Imagine, think about all the brothers and sisters that are in jail right now, right? Because somebody lied on an oppressor, put drugs in their car. They said they unalived them, and they said they thought they saw a firearm. You know what I mean? It was a cell phone, or they dropped the pistol or something like that, or a firearm in the car. And then they go on the stands and lie, right? That's death. That's speaking death. You understand? Just take the hocus pocus off of it. It's not like a fire. You gonna be breathing fire and burn somebody to death. No, your actions, the lies that a person will speak, cause somebody to lose their life, man. Hey, you sitting in jail forever in a tomb, missing out on all kinds of life, not able to do anything. And in this day and age, we cannot afford that. Brothers and sisters, we can't afford to be put in no cages. You got something?
Yeah, God, that's heavy what you bringing out too, right? It says death and life are in the power of the tongue, you know, and a lot of friendships have been destroyed by the power of the tongue. You understand? Death also comes in destroying relationships. Life also comes in speaking well upon people, even when you know the wrong in people. That's why the scripture says, death. What it say? Death and life are in the power of the tongue. We can even make this relationship better, or we can make it worse and destroy it. You understand? Depending on what we say, and that's what we are taught in the ISUPK. You understand how to talk to our brothers and sisters, because we are in a special condition that no other nation of people are in America, especially. You understand? We are always on the bottom of everything. So our attitudes are different from a lot of other people. So when we go out there, we have to know how to speak to our people, because a lot of us are downtrodden already anyway. And that one wrong word could destroy something great. You understand? The right word could build something even greater.
Right.
I yield. Go ahead.
Those sound correct. It's like the officer was saying, man. Like being compassionate with your words. You know, I can easily speak life into someone. You know, like you said, we don't know what we all are going through. I mean, good night. We all going through tough times, right? But your tough time and you having the strength to uplift or give a word of encouragement that can help a person, man. That can stop somebody from walking in front of a bus. I mean, let's be real. Suicide is up in the black community now, man. It ain't like it used to be. It was just the oppressor jumping off of buildings and all that. Brothers and sisters are unaliving themselves because of the oppression that we're going through right now. You understand? So why oppress each other with vile words or saying ill things to one another, man? You understand? But even if that does happen, you're still alive. You still got breath in your lungs. You got to take that time and that effort to fix it.
Right.
Right? You got to take that time and effort to fix it. And in the eyes you became, we're taught not to be cowards. As much as it might hurt, as much embarrassment that might come with you apologizing, do it. You understand? Do it. So at least the blood don't be on your hands. Right? Matter of fact, let's get that, sir. Matthew 18:15. Brother Shaw.
Come.
You know, because the Lord, now this is Christ speaking. Christ told us to go back and talk to our brothers and sisters. We're going to read it. I ain't going to jump the gun. You understand? Our big brother Christ, an austere man, a warrior, a revolutionary, a real revolutionary that didn't compromise. He told us to do this when somebody offended you. Whatever you ready, sir.
Come. Matthew chapter 18, verse 15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee.
If thy brother shall trespass against thee. Look, this is synonymous with sister. You understand? If a brother or sister offend you, trespass. Keep on.
Go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone.
No, sir, I gotta get everybody. I gotta go talk to brother Mark before I go talk to brother Tony about what Tony did to me.
Between thee and him alone.
You go tell that brother, man. Don't add another third party to the conversation. Not yet, anyway. It's steps to this. It's an order that you go through, a protocol that takes place when you have to confront somebody or talk to somebody about a situation, a trespass. You know, you felt violated. Well, I don't like the way she talked about my I don't like the way she talked about my mac and cheese I made for Thanksgiving. We don't celebrate that.
Right.
Making a joke, right? You know, but even if that did happen, your mac and cheese was a little runny, you know, let the sister go talk to the sister. Like, you know, I don't like how you talk about my potluck I bought to the gathering, you know, and squash it. You understand? Keep going, sir, if you could.
If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother.
And if they hear you, man, you gain that brother. You know, you got to think how many times as kids, I can speak for myself. You done got in a fight on the playground with somebody, and they might have whipped you or you whipped them, and then y'all friends in like the next period class. You know, it wasn't a big thing.
Right.
You gotta get back to that. You understand? You gotta get back to that. Apologizing, showing empathy, being sympathetic to other people's problems, because you never know. You never know. One conflict could take away a person's freedom or their lives. You understand? Or have them run away from one of the greatest things that's left on the planet, the ISUPK. You understand? This is the best place to be right now, Black man, Hispanic man, Native man.
Right.
This time and age. You understand? It definitely is. And we do not want to offend anybody. I mean, brothers and sisters are extra overly brotherly. You understand? In this organization. Thanks to the Most High Christ. All right? Let's get to the next one, sir. Good. Verse 16.
Matthew chapter 18, verse 16. But if he will not hear thee.
Now you go apologize. You done pulled him up trying to talk to him about the offense and trying to make amends, and he don't want to hear you, or she don't want to hear you. Go ahead, sir.
But if he will not hear thee, then take with thee one or two more,
Mm-hmm.
that in the mouth of two or three witnesses every word may be established.
Now, in the ISUPK, we call that counsel, right? Now, you're not going to go get, being in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, I'm not going to go get my homeboy from off the block and be like, look, man, this is what it is. No, I'm going to go holler at Officer Mathon, any brother above me. Give me wise counsel on how to approach the situation and have a sit down with me and that other person to establish right judgment, man. Because you might be wrong. You might have been all the way wrong and don't know it until you have two or three more witnesses there, man. You understand? You got something, sir?
Con. And why do we do that? The reason why we do that is because in the world, most of the time when you go get somebody to make the matter or to hear the matter, we go get people who going to see it in our favor.
Right.
You understand? And that's a thing that is prevalent in the world. We see how the world's going now. I mean, it's evident in the Republican Party.
Right.
You understand? It's evident in the Democratic Party. Neither one of them can get along. And even with the stupidest reasoning, they still side with each other because of affiliation. You understand? The Bible tells us that we are what? What the Bible tells us?
What was it?
That we're not supposed to
Yeah.
having favor for people because of
Oh. Well, not favor. How does scripture go?
Oh man.
Respect the person.
Respect of persons. You understand? And we tend to respect the people who we know gonna see things in our favor. Oh, that's my man right there. I'm gonna go get him because I know he gonna see it my way. And then he gonna try to convince him to see it my way too. So that's, you understand what I'm saying? But in the UPK, the council that we have in the UPK has no respect of persons. You understand? And when things are wrong and you are wrong, you will be told you are wrong. If you are right, then you will be righteously told you are right. You understand? That's the one thing I can say I love. That's one of the things. Is everything about the UPK is the like, but we get righteous counseling. You understand? So when if your thought process is wrong, you will be told. You know, it's a good thing. Go ahead.
Oh, that was it, right? We finished it.
Did we finish it?
I think we did. All right. Hey, let's drop that. Let's get Psalms 34 and 13. Because
Does anybody have any questions?
Any questions? You got something, Mom?
I didn't know if you talked to.
Yeah, you can talk to me.
Oh, okay, I was just listening. I would love to say, thank you all for having me here, but I enjoyed the scripture we was reading. Sometimes we do mess up. I going through something, someone said something to me and accused me of something, and it wasn't true.
Right.
And instead of her coming to me, she went to everyone else. Okay, so I'm walking around, and when I come into the church, everybody's looking at them, and you speak to them, and nobody's feeling. Why are you shouting at me? What's going on? Then when I find out, so I go to her and I say, is this how you really feel about me? I said, so why did you come to me? I said, because the way you feel, and I said, I did not say that. That's not true.
Right.
Well, Sister Linda, no, I don't feel where you hear it from. I did not say that. So she says, well, I'm sorry, I should have gave you yes. But now you need to go and tell all those other ones that you have said, I did this or said this. You need to go let them know that it's not true.
Right.
Well, my look, so.
There you go. You got that. Go ahead.
So, unfortunately, it's not ever going to happen in a Christian church, right? It's not. And I know we all have friends that we grew up with and love in the church, but it's no structural guidelines established to combat those type of behaviors, right? And it's unfortunate because we've been going to church all our lives, right? We've been going to church all our lives.
Yeah.
Right.
But what's so ironic about it is that they have the tool in every pew to give you the instruction on how to deal with those problems, right?
Right.
We just read it in Matthew's. But that's not going to be taught in the Christian church. Why? Because confusion and chaos is allowed in that place. It's allowed to be there because everybody can go. Everybody can go. You can't be a sinner and think you can continue to come in here. It's not that we're going to kick you out. The Spirit is going to move you. But you're going to see how brothers and sisters are operating righteously amongst one another, showing love and compassion, right? And it's just going to bug you. It's going to bug you out. It's going to weed you out. And that's in the scriptures, all right? So go ahead, sir.
Yeah, another thing is, this is the reason why Christ spoke these words himself, because that was one of the biggest issues within the congregation or within the church. People would do just what you said, sis, and not to mention when you go to one person and then to another person and then to another person, let's just say you and the person who you had contention with, y'all make amends. But then you got other people about the church that amends have never been made, and that's what also it rots and eats at the whole congregation, because now you got people that are still against you, and you understand what I'm saying? And then on top of that, this is one of the main reasons why we have cliques in church.
Yes.
Because I had contention with you and I never got it right, but I got it. I told all of my people, and then your clique and my clique, and then that clique, and this is why we have the issues within the church itself. And because we haven't been taught properly how to understand this Bible, this is why what goes on within the church goes on. This is the reason why we teach these classes and we allow people who come in to ask questions, because we want people, if you have a question or issue and you don't know how to get it through to you, you can through your church, you can always come here and get the answers. And then you'll have a clearer understanding of what's going on where you are. You understand what I'm saying? And I was always one of those people, because I used to be a trustee at my church. But I had issues with my church because certain things in the Bible said we're supposed to do it this way, and it wasn't being done. I couldn't understand. So I was constantly leaving, coming back, leaving, coming back. That's my contention. You know what I mean? I'm going to leave. And I'm going to come back and see if I can get it right. I'm going to leave. You know what I mean? When that's not how it's supposed to be. When you have an issue, you're supposed to go to that person and that person alone. And you're supposed to hash it out. If not, one or two into a council. And when it talks about one or two in the Bible, it's not talking about, let me go get some of my friends, but it's having a council with righteous men.
Right.
Men who understand what this Bible is telling us to do. And this is the reason why we so structured here in the UPK, because we had men that were above us who taught us, oh, this is what this means. So now I understand. And now I understand why I kept leaving and coming and leaving the church, because things weren't going in my favor all the time. Well, right here, everything ain't gonna always go in your favor, but you're gonna be put in order. You understand?
Let me get Psalms 34 and 13, brother.
Psalms 34 and 13.
Yeah, because I mean, you got to look at what goes on in these Christian organizations, man. Like, you can do whatever you want. You know, you got all kinds of lifestyles. You can be an addict in the church. You can be in an alternative lifestyle in the church. And nobody gonna tell you you're wrong. You got something, sis?
Yes. For 15 years, I worked in mortuary science, and I worked with two of the biggest funeral homes here in Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
And when I thought going into funeral service, being in church every day, I was going to receive, if you will, spiritual enlightenment. And working with upper clergy, pastors, priests, going to the different, in different synagogues, and working with the upper clergy of all religions, the things that I've encountered, I'm not going to say it pushed me away from my faith, but it pushed me out of the church. Because I feel like I can take my own self to heaven. That's just how I feel.
Right.
You know what I mean? Watching pastors with their secretaries, oh, can I use this room for a minute? Secretary coming back out and fixing their hair. I'm like, what in the world? You like this cannot be happening.
It's like a Tyler Perry movie.
Yeah. People in the church, clergy ask, you know where I can find some marijuana? Like, is this like this is stuff, and then half of them were bisexual. Have wives, and then I'm watching them with our staff that was, you know, watching them lust after the men that was there. So I just learned a lot. I learned a lot being in funeral service, being in church every day. So I lost my daughter last December. She was 32, that's Antonio's mom, and now I'm raising him. But I went on a year hiatus, like, would not come out. I still don't come out. Didn't work because he held me down, he didn't rush me, he didn't push me. But I went on a personal search to try to figure out who I was, where did I come from, and why am I feeling the way that I'm feeling. And upon research, that's when I found you guys.
Most High Christ. Most High Christ. Yeah.
And my spirituality is sound. It's never going to go anywhere. But I feel that this is the closest I've ever been to the Most High, was going into myself and doing my own research. It didn't come from the church.
Right.
And I was in the church for 15 years. So.
And we didn't take no money from you. Go ahead.
Yeah, a lot of money. But I just it's a lot of smoke and illusion. It's a lot of smoke and illusion. And like people used to ask me, how could you touch the dead bodies? How could you do this, do that? What we have to realize about the churches here in the Western world, it's a job. Somebody got to do it. Right. Somebody got to take out the trash. Somebody has to be the embalmer. Somebody has to be the doctor. People have different callings, but it's just a job. So they're there to build their reputation and their following to get more money and to hopefully expand the church, to be a mega church. And the lowest thing on the totem pole that I have seen is the care of their congregation.
Let's see, understand something too, sis. Remember this too, right? That Christian church was broken off from what? The Catholic Church. Catholicism. Catholicism is a religion. A religion. We are not a religion. Remember, when this book was given to us, it's a book of laws, statutes, and commandments. This book is laws, and it teaches us how to conduct ourselves. It's commandments and statutes letting us know this is what we are supposed to do. If we don't do this, then these are the things that will befell us. The Bible tells us in Deuteronomy 28, if we don't follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, and I'm paraphrasing, that we will go back into slavery again by way of ship. It's Deuteronomy 28:68, by way of slave ship. You understand? This Bible is a moral compass. Teaches us how to be a brother to our brother and how to be a brother to our sisters and vice versa. You understand? It tells us that if we be patient, our day will come when we will have rulership over this earth. We have given rulership to the enemy. You understand? The Bible tells us that. You understand? The earth has been given into the hands of the wicked.
Right.
Look at the way this earth is being run. We all believe when we go to church, it's about religion, but it has never been about religion when it comes to this Bible. It's about laws. It's about how, just like he's speaking, how to be a brother to your brother and how to be a sister to your sister, how to keep us together as a family, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives. We are a tribe. We are a nation of people. And if you think about it, right, because of Christianity, Catholicism, and all of that, we don't even realize that we are a nation within a nation.
Right.
These people out here are taking sides of the Israelis and Hamas when we have nothing to do with that.
Right.
Nothing. Think about this. When did Israel ever stand up for us because of slavery? When did the Palestinians stand up for us because of the brutality that we have been through in America?
Right.
When did any of them stand up and fight for us? But they expect us to stand up and fight for them. And the crazy thing is we do.
Right.
For everything that happens to every other nation, but we don't stand up and fight for ourselves. How is that? All of our leaders that are standing up, speaking for Palestine, speaking for the Israel, when do they stand up and speak for us? We are destroyed as a people, but this is our history. This is our laws, and this is our moral compass. And this is the reason why we are destroyed the way we are, because we have fallen off and followed another people's religion. We have followed religion instead of law.
So my question is, we were tortured to come away from Judaism and follow Christianity. Why was it so important? We were tortured, put in slavery. When we were put on the slave ships, we were converted on the slave ships. That's when they started.
Think about this.
If you didn't convert, you would be killed.
I want to cut you off, right? But think about this. What were we converted from?
Judaism, for being a Jew.
We were converted from that, but think about it, right? The reason why we went into slavery because we weren't following the book that was supposed to give us life.
Right.
We were not following it anyway. So this was our course that we put ourselves on. So it wasn't that they forced us into something that we were not already. We weren't following our laws already anyway. That's why Israel was destroyed in 870 AD, because we refused to do what the Most High tells us. And it's think about this, right? When you look at it, right? The person that cries the most is the person who's never following the law. Why is this happening to me? Because you didn't follow the law. Why am I being arrested? Because you're not following the law.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Why mama beating me like this? Because you ain't do what she told you to do. How did I get in the accident? Because you ain't got a license and don't know how to drive.
Right.
The reason why we cry the most is because we break the most laws. And I'm not saying laws of America, but we breaking these laws right here in this Bible. And then people always wonder, well, why God letting this happen if he's our God and boo-boo? He's letting this happen because you're not following and doing what. Think about it, right? If your child consistently tells you, or you keep telling him not to do, and he keeps doing it, and eventually you're going to stand back and say, well, I'm going to let him go ahead and bust his head wide open. Right. Well, we getting our heads busted open, wide open right now, because we not. Eventually, what happens is we begin to like, oh, something got to be right, and we find our way right here. All those years that I came into the truth in 2017. I had a flyer from 1993 that the Hebrews gave me right down in Lexington Market. I brought that flyer with me when I came to my first class on Orleans Street in 2017. Look at all them years I had it. But look all the hell I went through before I came into this truth in 2017. I've been through a whole lot. You understand what I'm saying? This understanding right here gives you a moral compass. It changes your whole world. It's not going to change everybody outside of your world. It's going to change you because now you know what God actually wants from you. To follow his laws, statutes, and commandments. It tells us in the Bible, if we follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, we will be fruitful. We will run the earth. It tells us that in Deuteronomy, the first chapter, 28th chapter, verses 1 through 15. Tells us that. We follow this, we're going to be fruitful. Nations will come to us getting advice from us. But what are we doing? We're getting advice from everybody else. And look where it's gotten us. Ukrainians coming over here, they over top of us. The Afghans coming here, they over top of us. The Africans coming here, they over top of us. Every nation comes over here, they come right over top of us because we don't want to listen to what God told us.
Right.
That's it.
And like you said, like this Bible is not some fairy tale book. It's not a book of religion. This is our Constitution. Just like the United States has a Constitution. Like what is it? 14th Amendment or 13th Amendment can still put you in slavery if you commit a crime.
Right.
In jail, you free labor. You're a slave. Right. That's their Constitution. That's what keeps America, like the Trumpsters say, keeps America great, make America great again. Is them following the Constitution that they had set in place to keep their community together, keep the states together, right? Well, we had a Constitution way before America was even established. Right here, it's in this Bible. You understand? And even like you said in the book of Deuteronomy, 20th chapter. Hey, so let's get that real quick. Can we do that? Can we do 28, 15?
Come.
And this is the Lord giving the law to Moses, and Moses giving the law to the people, the congregation, the hard-headed, stiff-necked Israelites, man. That's us.
Right.
Hard-headed, man.
Say 28 what?
28 and 15.
We're gonna start at verse 1.
All right, we start at 1. 28 and 1. There we go.
We're gonna start at verse 1.
Okay. Let's get that. Hey, slide it to the audience, man. We got a little off track. We can get right back on. Stay with us. Ready, sir?
Tell them what you know when they ready.
Hey, let me know when you guys are ready. You get everybody got it? All right. We ready, sir.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass.
And it means it's going to happen. Go ahead.
If thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
And what's the voice of the Lord thy God? These laws, statutes, commandments. It's not some voice you're going to hear from the heavens like you hear in the movies. And this is God talking to you. No, that's phony. The voice of the Lord thy God is the laws, statutes, commandments.
Right.
Go ahead.
To observe and to do all his commandments.
Just sum up.
To do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations.
Above some nations.
Above all nations.
All the nations. All these other races of people that are on top of us right now. If we follow these laws, statutes, commandments, the Lord said he would put us on top with all of them. What's that mean, sir? Rulership. Go ahead.
All of the earth. Verse 2. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee.
It's the good stuff.
If thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Verse 3. Blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field.
Man, we can be blessed in Baltimore City, Baltimore County, Righteoustown, Marlboro, wherever we at, we're going to be blessed if we follow law, statutes, commandments. Let's get one more, sir.
Verse 4. Blessed shalt thou be the fruit of thy body.
What's the fruit of thy body? You know the fruit of thy body? What's the fruit of thy body? Anybody? Children. Blessed. The children will be blessed. Keep going.
And the fruit of thy ground.
And the fruit of thy ground. Whatever you putting down, whatever you planting, whatever you selling, whatever your occupation is. You understand? Keep going.
And the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep.
Whatever you use for commerce is going to be blessed. All right, so let's go to 15. Now that's just some of the things. There's a whole lot more. That's just some of it. I want to get to the meat of it. on why we in the condition we in. We're gonna tell you right now.
Deuteronomy chapter.
It's we're gonna jump to 28 and 15, brother Mark. Brother Tony, yeah, Deuteronomy 28 and 15. Let's skip down. Slide. Let me know when you got it. You got it, sis? All right, go ahead, sir.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass,
it's going to happen,
if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
If you don't want to listen to the constitution that the Lord gave you, you don't want to follow the rules that your Father in heaven gave you, go ahead.
To observe, to do all his commandments.
Oh, sir, I just got to do the ones I like.
To do all his commandments.
That bacon, egg, and cheese, sir.
To do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses.
All these what?
All these curses.
Wait, curses. Don't sound like a nice thing. Sound way worse than blessings. Keep going.
Shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Amen. These curses will overcome us and take us, man. You understand? Like, there's no way in the world, black man, Hispanic man, Native man, that you can look around at these other nations and think they better than you unless you are brainwashed. We got the best basketball players, all the athletes, all the great minds. I mean, good night. The black woman sent the oppressor to outer space. Black woman created GPS. She wrote one of my favorite movies, The Matrix. You understand?
Right.
The black man, good night, one of the most mightiest warriors on the planet Earth. They got us doing it. They got us doing mock drills right now, running up and down the damn football field, running into each other. That's war. Basketball, war. Baseball, war. All these war games right in front of you. Who's doing it? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You understand? We the best at it. You know why? Because we're God's chosen people. It's salt of the earth. Keep going, sir.
Cursed shall thou be in the city.
Hey, look, Baltimore City. Good night. You go outside right now and see somebody nodding out. Keep going.
Cursed shall thou be in the field.
Curse, you gonna be in the field. It don't matter where you at. The county, the city, you curse, man. Something is going on with you where it just ain't right. Something. Keep going.
Cursed shall thou thy basket and thy store.
Hey man, you can. Why you gotta say support black business? Why you gotta say hashtag buy black? Because we cursed. You should automatically have it. We should be. Our money should be circulating between us, just like the so-called small hat community. They don't lose no money throughout the whole planet. All that money circulates through them. Entertainment, music industry, housing, diamond district. Look, they even got pornography, Salakia. The dude that owns this thing called Pornhub is a so-called small hat. Salakia for the language, but it's the truth. We can pull it up. They own it all. Everything you want to indulge in. Don't forget about the ecstasy movement. When they pumped all those damn pills, they pumped all those pills into the United States, getting off babies high and feeling on themselves and make them indulge in all kinds of alternative lifestyles of this narcotic. That's what they own. Keep going, sir.
Cursed shall be thy fruit of thy body.
Hey, man, our babies are being aborted. 300,000 a year. How many warriors that is we abort every year? How many babies, how many lives are being aborted because of the brainwash and the witchcraft that's being put on us by the Christian church and his predecessor, the oppressor? You understand? That's a hell of a curse. Sir, let's drop down to 28 and 68. Hey, go down to 68, brother Mark says 28 and 68. We're gonna get right to the point. This is the biggest curse. This will open my eyes, sir. When I read this, a brother broke this down to me.
28
and 68, brother Mark. Yes, sir. You got it, brother Tom? Yeah, when a brother broke this down to me, I mean, it sent chills to my bones, man. This is how heavy this is. The Bible is one of the best books on the planet. That's why it's still selling like it is. Go ahead, sir. Whatever you're ready.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
Listen good.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
And what's Egypt? Anybody know what Egypt is? Or Egypt? Oh, yeah, you're right. All right. So the word Egypt, the way the Bible broke it down, it meant house of bondage. House of bondage. That's what Egypt is. So when he said bring you into Egypt again with ships, so he took us. You got something wrong?
Yeah, so we were in Israel.
Well, When we got these laws, we were coming out of Egypt.
Okay, so we went. So hold on.
We weren't even established in our own land at that time.
Okay, so we was already in Egypt.
Yeah, we was in Egypt. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
What he's speaking of, this book of Deuteronomy was written by Moses, right?
Right.
And when it was written by Moses, we were coming out of Egypt.
Okay.
Egypt means bondage.
Okay.
So basically, it's like a metaphor when it's speaking right here, because it's saying, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again, meaning we will return into bondage again, but this time it's going to be by way of ship. We came over here into slavery by way of cargo slave ship. So it was a spoken word when Moses wrote it, but it was a prophecy, meaning if we did not follow the law, statutes, and commandments, we would be sent back into slavery, back into Egypt again, but this time by way of slave ship. This is us. There are a lot of other flags going through this chapter right here, and I always advise people, when you get a chance, sit down and read Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, through the whole thing. Get some kind of understanding, then you come back and you can ask questions, and we'll give you the answers that you need. But this prophecy right here was speaking, if we don't follow these laws, statutes, and commandments this time again, we're going to be brought back into slavery again. But this time we're going to go into slavery by ship. And that's the way we came into slavery. And if you think about it, this book was written for the Hebrews, right? The Jews. Jew comes from Judah, the tribe of Judah. The so-called small hat. He did not go into slavery by way of slave ship.
Right.
He was not captured in Egypt back in Deuteronomy, because we all know naturally you can't get a European out of the Middle East. Europeans don't come from the Middle East. That's what a lot of people don't think about. So they tell us, oh, we're the Jew. No, they are not the Jew. This is the reason why they call themselves Jewish. When you put ish on the end of anything, it means something like. It's not that, something like, just like if you say something is blackish, it's not black. Something like black, but it's not black. Anytime you put ish on the end of anything, and this is what gives him away. You understand? First off, we know Europeans don't come out of the Middle East. And I mean, look at them. Do they look like they can build a city? Have you ever seen a so-called Jewish construction worker?
Right.
Have you ever seen a so-called Jewish man digging a hole?
Right.
That's not in them. They would rather put people into slavery and get them to do it themselves. How many black women have we seen working in their houses?
Right.
You understand? That's a curse. When you work for a slave, we are the kings. We are the princes and the princesses. Israel means what? Yasha Allah, Prince of the power. We are the princes of the power. That's what Israel means, Prince of the power. We are the princes of the power, but we are under the foot of the slave. You understand? We don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments. It tells us right there we will be back in Egypt again by way of slave ship. That's the curses. The church doesn't give us that. How many times have you heard the church tell that? You won't, because the church understands that if they begin to come and tell us the truth, they're going to lose members, especially women, because women don't want to hear that.
Right.
Women want to hear something that's going to make them jump up and dance and run around the church and be tired and give all the money in their purse. Men, we just fall asleep in the church next to y'all when we wake up when it's time to go.
Right.
You know? Yeah, you know? Exactly. And the thing is when you, and I don't want to get too far off, but when you look at the Christian church is geared towards the woman. This is the reason why they play all that beautiful music, all of that get hype music, because they know it captures the woman's mind. You understand? I hated listening to the music because I wanted to hear the words spoken when I was in church, but I wasn't getting enough. You know, but that's the difference between men and women. This is the reason why You know, there's order within this Bible, and it says the man is the head of the woman. Christ is the head of man. The Most High is the head of Christ. Have order so that everything goes right and it goes smoothly. You know. But anyway, back to what you're saying.
Let's just finish that one up, sir. Let me get back.
Oh. By way of ship, by the way whereof I spake unto thee.
So by the way whereof, meaning that's Old English saying like the land that I promised you, right? You got to understand like this book was written in Old English, and it's a black man book, so it got slang in it. You know, we don't call a crib a crib you gonna crawl in. It's your house. You know, that's your crib. You know what I'm saying? Your baby, they ain't just necessarily baby. That might be your woman.
Right.
You know what I mean? Your husband. You know what I mean? We talk like that. The same way we talk, man, we talk back then. It's no difference. They try to make it sound like we just dumbed down everything. To a degree we had, but this Bible was written in slang. That's why nobody can get it but blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Keep going, sir. Somebody.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
And we don't know. You ask 5 black people where they from, you'll get 5 different answers. Nobody, you don't know where you're from if you ain't in the Israelite school universal practical knowledge. You're not gonna know. Keep going, sir.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Whoa, sold to my friends.
Sold to your enemies.
Sold a big mom in there.
Sold unto your enemies.
We were sold in the house of bondage to our enemies, man. Right down here on Fells Point. You understand? William Fells bought the port downtown. He bought Fells Point. That's why it's called Fells Point. Named after the Fells family. William Fells. That cobblestone. You know why they didn't take that cobblestone up? Because it's a landmark of talking about how they had the slaves transported and laid up and stretched across that gravel or that cobblestone for auction. It's memorabilia for the elites that know. The average Joe Smo oppressor don't know what the cobblestones there for. They just mad that they got to ride over and hit all them bumps.
Mm-hmm.
But the elites of Maryland and Baltimore, they know what them stones are there for. It's a remembrance of the slave trade that they had in Baltimore, downtown at Fells Point. They brought them down. They brought them up from Richmond. What's that down in South Carolina? What's that port called? Jackson? I forgot. Salaki. South Carolina, Virginia, Baltimore, and they shipped them up north. Right here. Keep going, sir.
For bondmen and bondwomen.
But you're going to be sold to your enemies for bondmen, slave men, and enslaved women. Keep going.
And no man shall buy you.
Now, when you say no man shall buy you, that means redeem you or save you. No man, no other race of people has ever came to our defense ever. The brother was just speaking about it.
Right.
We up in arms about the Palestinians being unalive and the so-called small hats being unalive. Let them do it. Mind your business. You understand? Mind your business. Love your brother. Work on that. That's what we need to do. Get back to these laws, statutes, commandments. The Lord said that he would make our enemies, his enemies, Salaki. He would destroy our enemies for us. I'm paraphrasing, Salaki. So that's what's happening right now. Don't we want to get out of this condition we living in? I do. I'm tired of going to work.
Right.
I'm tired of being a slave. I'm tired of seeing my beautiful sisters shaking their tail all on the damn TV.
Right.
I'm tired of my brothers being effeminized with these man bags and these press-on nails. You understand? I'm tired of these babies being aborted. Good night. What's the count going to be this year? Because the oppression is getting cranked up so high with the bills and inflation. A sister easily going to think she need to abort her baby because she can't afford it. She thinks she can. That's the brainwashing of witchcraft is in this place, man. You understand? It's a wicked, defiled, hypocritical system that we live under, man. You understand? And the only way we can fight back with it is with this. This is it. We don't have to go grab a whole bunch of guns. Ain't nothing wrong with guns. We got them, get them. I like them too, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But you're not going to win a war. This is not the war that we fight. Our war is spiritual warfare.
Right.
You understand? All right. Got me all off topic.
No, you there. You
all
good.
Right, sir. Let me get back to this. It's a lot. Got me riled up. You know how that word gets you. Let me get Psalms 34 and 13. Let me know when everybody got it. 34 and 13. That's almost the class. Yeah, brothers and sisters. This is our Constitution, man. And the our Christian leaders, the politicians, all the people that got clout that's on TV that we look up to, they can give a damn about your salvation. They can care less about your salvation. They can care less. They don't care. They want to fill their pockets. They want to fill their garages with all the fancy cars and trinkets. That's all they care about. They care about status quo. They don't care if you are eating out of a trash can, man. If you sleep under a cardboard box in the rain and freezing temperatures, they don't care. They're gonna tell you to smile in your face and tell you to pull yourself up by your bootstraps and kiss the white man tail. It's like kiss the oppressor tail whenever you get a chance so you can get ahead. Because that's their blueprint. But not here. Whenever you're ready, sir.
Psalms chapter 34, verse 13. Keep thy tongue from evil.
Keep thy tongue from evil, man. Watch what come out your mouth. Don't spread lies and rumors. You understand? This is a good one for these Christian pastors, man. You understand? Talk about woman, thou art loose. You understand? Do as thou wilt. You understand? The Bible just told them. Say it again, sir.
Keep thy tongue from evil.
When you keep your tongue from evil, when you read what's in the Bible and you break it down to your congregation the right way, so they can be edified and live their life and change their lives for the better, man. Not just for them as individuals, but for us as a nation of people.
Right.
That's what we got to understand. We're not individuals in this fight. We are a nation of people. Everybody in this room that's Black, Hispanic, and Native American. Well, there's only Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in this room. But outside these doors, they are an intricate part into our salvation, man. They all need to hear this truth. You understand? And how can a brother or sister that reads the Bible and know the Bible, getting taught by us, how can they relate a message by changing their lives? Setting an example. Oh, I don't suck on blunts no more. Why? Why you don't get high no more? Because it's disgusting. It's against God. You understand? Oh, I don't do drugs. I don't buy prostitutes. You understand? I don't unalive my brothers and sisters. I don't sleep with my brothers and sisters and throw them away. I don't sleep with a woman and throw her away no more. You understand? I'm not a raging alcoholic. Because you changed your life. That's setting an example. They don't want to know what happened. Somebody's going to ask you. You're like, man, hey, Jeremy don't get high no more, man. He said he don't suck blunts. I ain't never heard that before. I'm going to go holler at him and see what he's talking about. He in that Israelite school. And that's how it happens, man. Slowly but surely, man, the Lord will change the demographic of how we are looked at in this place if we follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. But the pastors, you understand, you pastors, man, you do a real disservice to our people, man. You know why? Because you don't keep thy tongue from evil, man. Changing everything in the Bible to fix your program so you can get paid, man. Or so you can sleep with the next man's wife or the woman's husband. Let's keep it real. Keep going, sir.
And thy lips from speaking guile.
Man, you just saying whatever you want out your mouth, man. Reckless with your tongue. You got something, sir?
Slickness.
Yeah,
sliders.
sliders.
And that's what the preachers and the pastors, that's how they speak. They keep their congregations encapsulated. They speak slyly. That's what that guile means, to speak slickly or slyly to get your way out of stuff. You understand? You know you did wrong, but you speak in a way that twists people up so you can get yourself out of the trouble that you in. The slickness and the slyness.
Got it. They just dropped that. So we'll stay in songs for a little bit. We got 37 and 30 about the show.
37 and 30?
Yes, sir.
Come.
Yeah, Psalms chapter 37 and 30. Let me know when everybody got it. Y'all good? Good, sis? All right, whatever, sir.
Psalms chapter 37, verse 30.
Mm-hmm.
The mouth of the righteous speaketh wisdom.
Amen. You better take heed to these words. I know it ain't your conventional way of getting taught the Bible. It might not be your conventional way of getting taught the Bible. You've been in Christianity since we came out the womb. I know it's not. But I really advise you listening in internet land and in here, man. Take heed to these words. Don't be proud. Take heed to these words. We're not lying to you. You understand? We're not lying to you. We are breaking this stuff down because you never heard it before, and we just passionate about it. That's the Holy Spirit, man. You understand? Keep going, sir.
And his tongue talketh of judgment.
And his tongue talking of judgment. Oh, wait, there's a lot of judgment going on in the world right now. That's judgment over there on that Gaza Strip. You understand? You don't think them people is, hey, it's a terrible thing. But the Lord's judgment is righteous. Who am I to say, oh Lord, stop doing that to them people? Who are we? He do it to us. He let it happen to us. We, like I said, we in Gaza right now. Good
Right.
night. Every major city in the United States is a Gaza Strip for black man, Hispanic man, and Native man.
Right.
You can get pulled over, terrorized by a militarized police. You understand? You can be evicted out of your house, embarrassed, have your mattress in the front yard because you couldn't pay. You understand? Your daughter, your child, your babies can be taken from you and put in a system where you will never see them again.
Right.
That's the Gaza Strip, black man, Hispanic man, Native man. You can mind your business. You focus on this right here. You understand? All these other nations are coming together, man, for righteous judgment. All of them are beefing with each other. China getting riled up. Putin then destroyed Ukraine. Fox News and CNN ain't gonna tell you that Putin then took over Ukraine. Putin then started the USSR all over again. He's gonna create a new Soviet Union, a new superpower that's gonna destroy America, man. You understand? We're gonna fight with America. Are you gonna take sides on that too? Or what you gonna do? By that time, Israel gonna take over Palestine, all over Gaza. Then what you gonna do? You gonna what? You gonna pick a side? You gonna pick a new slave master? That's what we're gonna do? Black man, Hispanic man, Native man. Hey, look, don't do that. Get in this book. Go to isupk.com. Hey, sir, can you put a pad up there for the information so they can see it? Mother Bishop. Go to isupk.org, man. We got classes. We got classes online. You ain't got to come to the class if you can't make it. Hey, shalom, sis. I see you up there. Brother Bakar, what's going on? You understand? Come to class. If you can't come to class, go online. We got classes every day. Every day. I mean, literally every day. Monday through Sunday at 7 o'clock. You understand? Learn, read, study. Get your questions answered, man. So we can change our lives. We're not getting out of this as individuals like the Christian church tell you, caught up in the rapture. It's not in the Bible. You understand? Get back to the practical knowledge in this book. That's why we call it the practice. That's why we call it school, not us, not me personally. That's why the elders above me and before us called the Israelite school the universal practical knowledge. Right. It's practical. It's practical to tell you not to eat crab, shrimp, pork, and lobster because you'll get diabetes and die. Oh, let's keep it plain. Unalive yourself. It's practical not to smoke Newports and blunts. You understand? Not to smoke anything. Why? Because smoke don't belong in your lungs. That's practical. You understand? But anyway, did we finish that one, sir?
Con.
All right, let me get this is a good one. Let me get Psalms 120 and 2. Oh, for sure. Psalms 120 and 2. That tongue we got, man, it can speak life and death. I mean, you see it now. All these other nations, they lying to each other, talk about they gonna make deals. They come up their own currencies, trying to undercut each other. They all lying to each other, man. You understand? The tongue is gonna make them go to war with each other sooner than later. And what's gonna happen to you, black man, Hispanic man, Native man, when the power get cut off? And you don't know how to watch your mouth and get along with your brother. It's gonna be a tough time. And you know, Maryland, Baltimore City is surrounded by at least 6 militias, so-called white supremacist organizations that hate black people and can't wait to come to Baltimore when the lights get cut off. You still want to argue with your neighbor about him letting his dog poop in your yard? Then you're gonna be upset. I'd be upset too. Just talk to him about it. Don't hate him. Don't not want to help him in the time of terror. That's gonna be scary when you see all these oppressors coming out of these pickup trucks coming to Baltimore City. It's major, man. This is not a game. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just telling you what's real. You just look at the statistics. It's about 6 or 7 militia groups, white supremacist militia groups, in the surrounding counties in Baltimore, around Baltimore. You got Cumberland, Maryland. Forget about it. Keep going, sir. You got it.
Come. Psalms chapter 120, Verse 2.
Mhm.
Deliver my soul, O Lord, from lying lips.
Hey man, we need to we gotta ask the Lord. We need to humble ourselves and ask the Lord to deliver us from these lying lips. What's the lying lips? The lying lips of the oppressor, your Christian pastor. We need deliverance from these people, man, because they got us by the throats, lying to us, have us believing lies, not giving us any solutions to our problems,
Right.
not giving us the answers, or not telling us the reason we're in the condition we're in. We got to hold these people accountable. They took on the position of being leaders, but they refused to do the job righteously. We got to ask the Lord. Say it again, sir.
Psalms chapter 120, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
Deliver my soul, O Lord, from lying lips.
Lying lips telling you the law is done away with. God, Jesus died, so we ain't got to follow the law. That is a lie. Keep going, sir.
And from a deceitful tongue.
And a deceitful tongue. Just deceitful. Just want to lie and create things to make you believe in them and not the Lord, man. Man, it's a terrible thing. We are in bad shape, black men, Hispanic men, even. But we got hope. There's hope right here in this book, man. You understand? Please take it. Please take heed to everything that the prophets of the Lord tell you, man. You understand? Take heed to it because it's beneficial to you, your family, and to us as a nation. We can't be selfish in this fight. There's no room for it. None at all. We're about to wrap it up, sir. Let me get it. Oh, you got a pocket for that? Let me get Ecclesiastes 9 and 18 off the show.
Yeah. 9:18.
Yeah, if y'all got a apocrypha, y'all got the apocrypha in there? Ecclesiastes? The apocrypha? You got Ecclesiastes, you got Ecclesiasticus. Ecclesiasticus is in the apocrypha.
Okay.
You got Ecclesiasticus.
Ecclesiasticus 9:18.
Yeah, you got it. We gotta get that other act. Don't sweat, we'll read it for you.
Okay. Ecclesiasticus chapter 9, verse 18. A man of an ill tongue is dangerous in his city.
Hey man, a man of an ill tongue is dangerous in this city. These Christian leaders, you understand, and all these politicians, they are dangerous in these cities, man. You understand? What's the mayor name? Not the mayor. Yeah, the mayor. What's Brandon Scott. He is dangerous in this city, man. Lying to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to get the vote, to get in the office, get tenure. So when he get out of office, he get paid the rest of his life. He get $70,000, $75,000 a year. The rest of his life in a personal security detachment. Get a whole bunch of book deals.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And finesse you out of everything, man. Out of your time. Let alone you. I mean, look, put the money aside. He finessed you out of your time. You stood in line in them polls, black man, Hispanic man, Native man. Your 80-year-old grandmother, trying to keep hope alive, standing in line to go vote for Brandon Scott, man. And what happened? Nothing. Nothing benefited us electing any of these government officials, man. These politicians. They lie, man. You understand? They do harm. They are dangerous in the city. And in turn, what does that do? It teaches other brothers and sisters to be dangerous in the city too. You understand? Promote the unaliving of one another through the music, through the jealousy of seeing somebody with something nice, and you don't think they deserve it, so you want to unalive them and take it from them more. They just can't have it if you can. You understand? That's dangerous in the city. And then lying about it, so you get somebody else's spot come off the door. Dangerous in the city. Keep going, sir.
And let me get it. And he that is rash in his talk shall be hated.
Hey man, you rash in your talk, you're gonna be hated. Talking, you saying whatever you want out your mouth. You got something to say?
Irrational decisions, quick decisions.
Go ahead, if you could.
No, that's it.
Okay, irrational decisions. You understand? You be hated amongst your people in your city, your town. And said, we in Baltimore City, it's a tough time, man. It's a tough time. You're lucky to make it at a certain age, to a certain age. You know what I mean? All right.
And we got a lot of, Salaki, if I may, we got a lot of our leaders who make rash decisions, you know, unthought out decisions or unwell decisions in our retrospect. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of the decisions that are made to fix up Canton, to fix up Fells Point, but you see our city streets, see how tore up our neighborhoods are, all of the vacant houses and things like that. That comes from rash decisions. That comes from unwell thought out decisions. And we have mostly all of our leaders are black in Baltimore.
Right.
But we live the worst in Baltimore. How is that? Because our leaders make rash decisions, not well thought out decisions, because they have placed their what do they call it? They place their desires above us. You know, I'd rather get this $100,000 from this corporation than build up all of these houses in the African American or so-called African American neighborhood to help my people to live better. You understand? Right. These are the rash decisions that are made, you know, concerning us. This is our leadership. You understand?
Like the in the piggyback what she said, sir. Like, what's the chick Moses? She just got pinched. They got on the wiretap talking about, look, I need this money for these funds. She buying vacation homes. You understand? These are all leaders, man. They don't care about you, man. At all. Us, right. At all. All right, we can get one more, sir. So like, I know I said that before. Let me get Proverbs 21 and 23. Proverbs 21, 23, y'all. We're going to wrap it up. So when we read this scripture, remember this black man, Hispanic man, Native man, woman, man, child. Remember this. Next time you feel you need to say whatever you want out your mouth, because you got to express yourself. What he playing with you. Remember this. This is what this Bible says. Whatever you ready, sir.
Come. Proverbs chapter 21, verse 23. Whoso keepeth his mouth.
Whoever keep. It's like what it's like.
Proverbs chapter 21, verse 23. Whoso keepeth his mouth and his tongue keepeth.
I got you right there. Whoever keepeth his mouth and his tongue. Watch what come out your mouth. Keep your mouth shut. Use discernment. When you need to say something, say something. Keep going.
Keepeth his soul from troubles.
And you wonder why your life is in turmoil and trouble. Because you running your mouth too much, man. You understand? You got your nose in everybody's business. You want to be on the Israeli side, like that basketball player, Stoudemire. You understand? Talking about if you're not with Israel, then F you. If you black and you're not with the Israelis, F you. Or you want to be like the politician that that almost boo-hooed and cried in the meeting, in the Congress meeting, whatever she was in the town hall. And she wanted to be on the side of the Palestinians. If a constituent said, man, we'll kill all of them. So like, unalive all of them. So,
right.
You understand? And she almost made her cry. You want to be on everybody's side but your own. You understand? And you wonder why we in trouble, man. Keep your mouth shut, mind your business. Love your brothers and sisters as thyself, like the Lord said. All right? And with that, Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. Passed the class off with priest and officer of the thumb. Right, clap it up, clap it up. Excellent class. Right. We gotta watch what we say. You know?
Yeah.
One slip of the tongue, man, can destroy a nation.
Right.
You know? Look at us, you know? But we got this Bible. We got these laws, statutes, and commandments that can put us back into prominence.
Right.
All we got to do is do what the Most High tells us to do. How we laws, statutes, and commandments. We be all right.
Come.
All right. Security announcements. We are the ISUPK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes to school, they are off limits for 6 months.
They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she is to get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. That means, when you come in here, you're trying to get yourself together. You have to have a time period before you can even try to get into something with anybody. You understand what I'm saying? You're here to get yourself right. Two people coming into a situation without their minds right is a disastrous situation. We see that in Christian church all the time.
Come.
I done been it. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18:21 and Malachi 3:8-10. It means tenth in the Hebrew, and it's pronounced ma'ashera. A tenth of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or the teacher, priest fund, a free will offering for the priest, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like to give, up and coming holy convocation. We got that Passover coming in April. You understand? Pay your Passover fee. You understand? It's going to be a glorious celebration. These are our holidays. This is our holy holiday. We have our own holy holiday.
Right.
You understand? Thanksgiving is not one. Christmas is not one. New Year's is not one. Easter is not one. We have all of our own. You got a question?
No.
Oh, we got our own holy holidays. You understand? And these are things that brings us together. You understand?
Right.
We get to see our families.
Oh, sir, we got Hanukkah, December 7th.
And Hanukkah coming up December the 7th. What's that? 2023. Right?
Yes, sir.
Is that the Friday?
Thursday. First
December
Maccabees.
7th. Hanukkah coming up, and we got the Passover. Make sure you pay your Passover fees too. Remind Akamai Quafium to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and material. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he has to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headband, or scarf. With that, we will give one courtesy salute to the teacher, man of Israel, Imagine. That's the brother. We'll give one courtesy salute to the teacher, man of Israel, Imagine Shabbat, Imagine Barak, Yahweh Shimi Al-Shah Barak Athah.
How about Shimi Awashah Barak Thumb?
Got the top, saw, turn to the sisters. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat, Imagine Barak,
Yahweh Shema Al-Thumb by Shimi Awashah.
Sisters, Yahweh Shema Al-Thumb by Hashem Yahushua. Dagintah, class dismissed.
All right. What's up?
You can,